Hi, welcome to these WebLearn study advice materials. There's a lot of in-depth stuff here that we hope you will find very useful in gradually evolving your dissertation from early planning stages to final submission. Just a quick word about one aspect of the materials. A lot of stuff's covered here about the nature of dissertation writing. It comes at these things from different angles. But one of the things that we start with that forms quite a large part of these materials is that we do start with a trawl, if you like, through the different sections of a dissertation in this subject area. It literally does go through what is required and explores possibilities where there are choices, but of each section it addresses it one by one. Now the reason we do that is because I think it's really important to have a clear as possible understanding of what is required of the end product, of what is required of all the different sections of the end product, because it will inform how we go about our dissertation planning, researching from the outset. I'd like to talk to you about this in terms of, for example, some of the main chapter sections of your dissertation. If you have a clear understanding of what's required of a literature review, if you have a clear understanding of what's required of a methodology and a method section, if you have a clear understanding of what's required of a discussion section, and indeed what you really need to be thinking about in terms of your introduction, it will actually inform the kind of questions you ask at the early research stages into subsequent research stages. It's really important to understand that. When we're researching an essay, a typical essay if you like, if we're doing the job properly, we're aware of the fact that we need to build our argument, we're aware of the fact that we need to absorb content, to draw on content that's already out there, and we're always looking for similarities and differences of viewpoint, argument, different theories, different explanations and so forth. Or at least we should be if we're doing the job properly. The same is true of a dissertation, only more so. But there's more to it than that. We definitely need to have a sense of what we ultimately need to be bringing into the different sections. So this is why we go into a lot of depth on literature reviews, research methods, etc., etc., etc. It will inform the very nature, the very questions you ask of any material you're thinking potentially of bringing in to build the argument in your work. To give you a brief idea, you will need to, while you're researching, while you're taking notes, because of the fact you have to write a literature review, you will have to develop a sense of trends in the knowledge, different ideas and where they're coming from, the fluctuating nature, if you like, of knowledge on your topic of choice. Your research methods section means you'll probably be needing to ask questions about the nature of research undertaken by different academic studies that are relevant for your discussion. So you have to start asking more specific questions about, well, what kind of research did they conduct, and what do I think about the quality of that research, and so on and so on. To write a good intro, we need to have a sense of an overall big picture, for example. And that will inform equally the way that we conduct our research, the kind of questions we ask as we gather information. So this is why we start with this trawl through what is ultimately required of each and every section of the dissertation.